Such a heartwarming story that will give you chills. Two sisters from Texas recently found out that they have a long-lost sister living in England, and the three were recently reunited, as you saw there, with help from British Airways and Ancestry. Lynn, Garner, and also her sister in Burrage join us this morning to talk a little bit more about just this incredible story and meeting your sister Mandy for the very first time just a couple months ago. So ladies, thank you so much for coming in, and we love this. And we're about to celebrate National Sisters Day, so a very special day for you. Lynn, first of all, just tell us how all of this came about. You two grew up together, knowing each other your whole life, but no idea you had another sister out there.
No. I took the Ancestry DNA test thinking I could possibly prove that we may have an ancestor that was Native American. We had stories from our grandmother. As it turned out, we got the biggest surprise of our life because we found out we had a sister that we knew nothing about. Our dad was in World War II as a young single man. He was stationed in Basingbourn, England. He was a crew chief on B-17s, and he, I do not believe, ever knew about Mandy, but we were just thrilled. And British
Because he met a woman when he was over there in England, and then she later had Mandy, but gave her up for adoption. So Mandy didn't know her real parents.
And she's been looking her whole life, you know, since I guess in the 90s is when she really started doing it in depth.
1992, looking for her dad in earnest.
So she was looking for her dad, and then years later, in the meantime, you were just looking to find out a little bit more about your heritage.
Right, and there's so much you can find on Ancestry. You don't have the time to listen to all my stories, but it's just amazing what you can find. And I was shocked. I mean, I literally screamed whenever I started reading the email, and then I immediately texted Lynn, and Lynn, you aren't going to believe this. We have a sister in England. And so she gets on the phone and calls me. What are you talking about?
What was that like for you to discover this?
It was, at first it was a surprise, and I thought, well, gosh, you know, the DNA can't lie.
Right.
And of course we wanted to meet her. We wanted to know more about her.
And British Airways offered to take us over there, and of course, who could say no? And we were thrilled to be going, and they just treated us like royalty.
That was the video you saw there at
wonderful.
The airport in Austin, where you two believed that you were going to be flying to England to then meet Mandy for the first time.
They had a film crew that was going to be traveling with us, and of course, we spent the whole day, and every time we turned around, they had another surprise for us. And so
we were just shocked. I mean, you know, we thought we were going to get to England, get off the plane, and there she would be.
But little did you know they had brought her here, and then you got to meet her on the plane.
Everybody in the whole airport knew what was going on.
In fact, you could hear the whole plane was clapping and cheering for us, and we were just thrilled. And of course, they flew us over in business class, had these wonderful pods, so you can actually recline and sleep. We were treated like.
Although I'm sure you weren't sleeping because you were just catching up with
2.5 hours on a 9-hour trip.
But it was wonderful.
What was that like when you turned around and you saw Mandy and got to hug your sister?
We lost it.
We did.
I mean, there's just.
I still cry when I see the video.
No way to describe the feeling. I mean, we just the tears were flowing.
Yes,
I'm sure.
You know,
it was amazing.
And we just hugged and hugged, and somebody handed us some Kleenex, and you know.
Well, your dad has since passed, unfortunately, and Mandy never got to meet him, and you don't believe he ever even knew about her. But at least she now has her sisters, and she's going to be making a trip out here to Texas now.
In November.
She's coming this fall, and she's going to spend a couple of weeks. And she's flying British Airways also.
And there was one thing that she wanted to do while she's here.
She wants to visit Daddy's grave. And we will make sure that that's high on our list of things to do. We've got a whole bunch of other things. We've got some relatives in other parts of the country that want to fly in, and we kind of have a family reunion, want to meet her. One of them, a picture of our cousin Diane and Mandy. The resemblance is just amazing.
It is.
Well, it is such an incredible story. I've loved reading about it, and then of course seeing that video. So I'm so glad that you were able to find Mandy and she found you. And thank you for sharing your story with us today.
We'll have to let you know when her book is complete. She has someone helping her write a book.
Wonderful. I'm sure that will be fascinating. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us. We just had a great time.
We'll be right back.